The Substance has to be the craziest movie I've watched this year. I mean, to call this thing insane is an understatement. It's bold, it's risky, it's disturbing, it's disgusting, jaw dropping. What Coralie has managed to achieve with this movie is nothing short of incredible. It's one of those movies where you have to experience it for yourself to actually understand the hype around this thing. And best believe the hype around this movie is real. And I can fully understand why this movie won Best Screenplay at the Cannes Film Festival. The movie focuses on Elizabeth Sparkle, brilliantly played by Demi Moore. Now, she's coming towards the end of her career, made pretty clear by a producer played by Dennis Quaid. You know, you're washed. There's nothing I can do for you. And she takes a leap of faith. Now, this is very risky stuff, guys. She sees an advert for The Substance and, let's do it. Let's take The Substance. And to watch this whole thing unfold and unravel before your eyes is unlike anything I've seen recently. It's a brilliant movie. This is one of my favorite movies of the year already. I slept on this movie, but finally I watched it and wow, I was absolutely blown away. Look, guys, I'm not going to spoil anything when it comes to the plot, but, it's one of those movies that just when you think you've gotten to the point where you're like, okay, now this is enough. Let's get to the end credits. It just surprises you and just keeps going. That is the one thing that has stuck with me with watching this movie. Look, this movie is going in at 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's a little long. It's a little bit lengthy. But the way it's been shot, the pacing of the movie, at no point do you feel like, okay, now we're laboring or it's becoming tedious or tiresome. It is executed to absolute perfection. And the way the movie has been directed, the close-up shots and all those type of things, it just adds to that feeling of making you feel uneasy as the viewer when you are watching this. And that's down to the brilliance of the director. Now, Demi Moore, I have to take my hat off to Demi Moore for being bold enough to take on a role like this, especially at the age that she is now, to take on a role like this in your career. It feels like this might be another resurgence when she returned, like with Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. This feels like it might be one of those moments again. And I can only imagine a reaction when she read the script. And I mean, like, watching it is insane. So reading the script the first time, she must have been like, wow, this is unlike anything I've read. And it definitely shows on screen. Now, she is a legendary actress, guys. And I feel like this is the role that it kind of feels like, a role that she was born to play. I know sometimes they say things like that, but this genuinely feels like this role of Elizabeth Sparkle ties into her own career. It's just brilliant to watch. And on top of that, you add Margaret Qualley. Wow, Margaret Qualley is absolutely brilliant. She is an actress that I've seen. She's not afraid to take on new roles. I mean, she's been in Yorgos' movies, and she is definitely on her way. She was in the movie Drive Away Dolls that came out this year as well. So she is a brilliant actress, young actress. And to see that dynamic between a old actress and a young actress, striving and fighting for power and realizing that your career is coming to an end, that dynamic is a perfect foundation. And the acting between the two lead actresses, perfectly showcases that. And that is what makes the movie stand out. And then you have Dennis Quaid, who plays Harvey. Absolutely disgusting scene at the beginning of the movie. The dude didn't even wash his hands and then he's eating prawns and it's just disgusting. Look, guys, I'm going to give you a fair warning. If you do not have a strong stomach, especially when it comes to body horror, get a brown paper bag close to you because some of the stuff here is on another level. It definitely goes there. The movie is not afraid to go there. And the third act is very audacious, guys. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. At a certain point I was like, okay, we're done now. And it just keeps going. And that's down to the brilliance of the director for pulling you in and literally having you staring at the screen like, what's going on here? Like, it's crazy. It's an experience. The movie itself is an experience, and basically also the substance itself. The movie focuses on the substance as well. It directly ties into drug abuse. It can also be looked as a point of reference for drug abuse. There's certain scenes in here that actually reminds me of Requiem of a Dream, starring Jared Leto and Marlon Wayans. It just feels like that. There's a point in that movie where everything just spirals out of control, and it's a lot to watch. It's very disturbing. I personally feel like this is one movie that I'm only going to watch this once. It's not a movie that I'm going to revisit very often. It's because it's actually disturbing, and it's a brilliant movie, guys. Giving this movie a rating is very easy, guys. This is a 4 out of 5. A solid 4 out of 5. I absolutely enjoy this movie. It's an experience. And I love it when, we still get movies like this. The studio gives the director, freedom to just express themselves. And then they come up with something like this. It's absolute genius. Coralie deserves all the accolades for this. And Demi Moore for her performance, guys. Brilliant. And with her performance, Qualley is equally brilliant in this thing, guys. There's no point where I can be like, the one outshines the other. The whole thing is a dual performance, and it only works if the two ladies are on board with each other and comfortable in their own skin relating to the plot itself. And it just goes to show, with the impossible beauty standards of today, what are you prepared to do? What lengths are you prepared to go to? And the movie takes a very, vivid look at that ideology. And that's why I love it. It's a brilliant movie. It's one that I highly recommend, guys. You cannot afford to sleep on the substance. It's remarkable. It's an, I'm going to keep saying it's a unique experience, unlike anything I've experienced this year. And this deserves to be watched on a big screen, when you're in an audience and you look around and you see everybody's reaction. I watched this on digital, and I can only imagine that experience of watching this in a theater with an audience. Insane. Please let me know what you guys think about this movie. I think this movie is going to be up there by the time we get to top 10 year-end lists and all those things. Incredible, guys. Please let me know down below in the comment section, guys, what you guys think of the substance. Yes, the substance. Catch you on the next video.